Hi guys. Um, Today we're gonna be talking about me. So recently I have been feeling a little bit low, lethargic, not really wanting to do anything. So I decided I was gonna make a video reminding myself on how far of a personal journey I have come, um, how much I have evolved. So today we're going to be talking about 5 different ways that I have chosen myself as I have grown older. I'll give a little bit of background to each one and then maybe someone can relate. Hi guys, my name is Fumilola. I'm a double board certified pharmacist and a mom of two. I am on a self journey, maybe today more than ever. And it is my hope that I can inspire at least one person to get on a journey of their own. So let's get into it. So I think that the first thing that I have done in this my journey of finding myself, or my journey to self, like I call it, is acquiring some self-awareness. Self-awareness is that thing that a lot of us don't have. Um, I have been self-aware from a very early age for many reasons. Maybe if you talk to whoever I pick as my therapist, maybe you will be able to know but like I try to be introspective, to self-reflect. So I think that um helping myself to be as self-aware as possible is one of the few ways that I have chosen myself in this my journey to becoming Fumilola. Anyone who knows me and is close to me will know that I can argue both sides of an argument or point. Um, I think it's my nature, that empathy that I have, that helps me to be able to sit in other people's shoes, even when it's not particularly up to me. So, um, because of that self awareness, one of the things that I have chosen to to help myself to grow myself is kindness to myself. You see, for the longest time, I have been that kind of person who is kind to everyone else, extending a hand to everyone else, but always so hard on myself. When I do something, I don't forgive myself, I hold on to it, I beat myself up over it for a long time. But I think that the first thing that I have done to help myself is to be kind to myself. So now when I do something, um, with the information that I have, and then I find that that information changes, which is where the self awareness comes in, I accept my fault. Um, but I forgive myself. And then I move on and I act with that new information. I don't flog myself up over it. I don't, oh my God, what am I going to do? Da, 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 da. And it has, you know, entered into so many aspects of my life. Like when I spend money on something and then I realize, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I try to forgive myself. Of course, I'm never gonna make that mistake again because I learned my lesson, right? But I don't go back to it. I don't flog myself. I don't like, oh my God, if I'd known, da 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 da. No, because when I realize that when other people do things to me, and I decide to forgive them, I move on from it. So why can't I extend that kindness to myself? So yeah, I'd say kindness to myself and forgiving myself, giving myself some leeway to to grow without lying to myself and without denying what it is exactly that I have done that is wrong. So my second point, um, growing up, I think there was something inside me that made me feel like I had to be giving of myself to everyone. Of course, if you're a firstborn daughter, granddaughter, all those things, you understand what I'm saying. It feels like you need to be to be useful. You need to give of yourself to be accepted. Like even as chilled and as forward thinking as my parents are, they never put that pressure on me. But somehow, somewhere, that pressure, you know, came on me, and I always used to find myself saying yes to everyone, even at the detriment of myself. I would I would give my arm and my leg. I would. It wasn't altruism because, like I wasn't sad or feel. I didn't feel bad about it. I didn't hate the person that I did the kindness for, whatever. Like I would do the kindness and I mean, let it go and stuff. Like I said before, I extend grace to other people, right? So if you want something, I'll give it to you, even if it's at the detriment of myself. Even if I have 10 naira and you currently need 8 naira, I would give it to you. So in this journey to self, I realized that one of the first things that made me realize that I needed to start saying no to people, which was the second thing that I did to choose myself, is as you grow older, you realize that when you give of yourself so much, it becomes a given that you're going to do something for someone or you're going to be there for them. But more often than not, you find that the person who's strong all the time, never really has other people to be strong for them when they need it. Now, this is not even about the people around me or whatever. I think it's more about myself. I'm not even allowing myself to be weak. And like my sister said one day, when she insisted on doing something for me, she said, allow yourself to be loved, you know? So I guess in starting to say more no's to people now, I'm also starting to accept some support, accept some help, allow my weaknesses to show. Um, yeah, saying no is the second thing that I have chosen in choosing myself. The third thing that I have done in my journey to self is exercising. I once upon a time I used to be a gym rat. I know that's hard to tell, but I mean, I promise you, this is true. I used to be a gym rat. I used to be able to not function if I didn't exercise, and then one thing led to another. A mishap here, a mishap there, and then I stopped exercising. And anyone who has been a gym rat before will tell you that there's something that exercise does for you, for your mind, for your joy, for your dopamine, your serotonin, you know. And so that's another thing that I have chosen. No, I'm not back to being a gym rat. I wish, but 3 times a week at least, I try. The days I cannot walk, I try to go to the gym. Days I can't make the gym, I try to skip. Like I try to do at least something to push my heart rate up a little bit. And it's been very helpful. I find myself ready to conquer my day, able to achieve stuff, you know. And I know that as cliche as most people say that, oh, if you exercise, you're going to be able to do. But it is true. Exercising has helped me mentally. Any day I get my workout in, I feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna knock this day out of the park. I'm gonna be amazing. Da, da, da. So yeah, I'd say exercising is my number three. Number four thing that I would say would be so if you're somebody who grew up very hyperactive, I mean, if I was born in this Gen Alpha generation, I'd probably have been diagnosed with ADHD and dosed appropriately. As a pharmacist now, I see I see all the signs and all. I remember the first person who diagnosed me was my secondary school mate, Tosin. One day she was telling me, "You definitely were on some ADHD shit when we were in secondary school." I was like, "No." She's like, "No, deaf." So in growing up, becoming a mom, I realized that I needed order in my life to help me. So that would be my number four. It would be putting some order in my life. So I have alarms from here to Timbuktu. My sister's always making fun of me because I think I have like, I don't know, 20 alarms on my phone if I scroll. Anyway, so alarms, scheduling, trying to meal plan for my kids. So I sit with my son on Sundays, most Sundays, some Sundays it doesn't work, but most Sundays we try to meal plan around the foods that he likes, around the foods that he would eat. My daughter as well, we put her in the timetable. So meal planning. Oh yeah, I also realized that I like to listen to audiobooks because I'm not patient enough to sit down and read motivational books. Oh my god. But I like listening to them because I like listening to podcasts and stuff. So that's also something that I have done. I have included audiobooks into my scheduling. I have also included movies because I like watching movies. And sometimes I can just get lost in the movies. Like I can pick, like right now I'm watching Dexter. I have exams. I haven't studied. I'm watching Dexter. Anyway, so in the scheduling, I put like, oh, I watch a 1 hour movie a day or something, something to make me happy, or read a romance novel. So in doing that, I don't feel deprived. I don't feel like I'm not taking care of myself. I don't feel unrested. Yeah, I would say that's another thing that I have done. My number five, I think I have a bonus one. My number five, or maybe I can tie them up together actually. So my number five would be spending more money on myself. You see, I'm going to give a little bit of a backstory there too. I said it before at the beginning of this video that I could give somebody 8 out of my 10 naira, and the 2 naira will probably go into something for my kids or my family. And like, I'm a Canadian licensed pharmacist, for God's sake. So it's not as if I'm scrambling, right? But I find it so hard to spend money on myself. I would go into the store to buy my kids' clothes, and I would be looking for clothes for myself in the clearance section. And I picked a thing or two from my husband on this actually, because I realized that men know how to take care of themselves. When my husband goes out to buy himself clothes, he buys like really nice stuff and everything. He does not check price tag. He does not. He just says something he likes it. He buys it. Me, I'll still be there cracking my brain. If I spend this $50 on this top, if I can use this money to, I'll be I'll be what's that thing in calculus, the YDX. I'll be doing the YDX on top of stuff I want to buy. So, last year was a turning point. We had to do something, and we had to spend quite a bit of money. And I realized that, like, on more than one thing actually. And I realized that I gave of myself so freely. I was giving to someone else. But there was something I had wanted to do for myself for a long time that wasn't even going to cost me a sixth of the money that I spent. And I had been holding back because I'm like, that's too expensive. Will I spend that money? Will I spend that money? And then by December, I sat down and did some self reflection. And I was like, you need to be better. You need to be more generous to yourself. You need to give to yourself even a fraction of what you give to other people. And so I think that spending more money on myself is something that I'm being more intentional about now. When I want to buy something for myself, be it the other day there was this Michael Kors handbag I saw on the website, and I was like, hey God, if I carry this bag. But then my friend, who is also my editor, Debs, she's always like, you stop behaving as if you're poor. And so I'm being more intentional to myself. If I say, okay, I want to buy myself a gold chain, I will buy it. I want to buy myself some jewelry, I'll buy it. I want to buy myself so I'm now being more giving to myself. I'm being more generous. Oh yeah. And then the bonus that I said, which I mean goes into spending more money on myself, is I got a cleaning lady, right? I mean, I've had a cleaning lady for almost 2 years now. In fact, this should have been in the beginning because this is one of the first things I did. I hate cleaning. Anybody who knows me knows that. I mean, I could cook Udabasi level 6 days straight. Let's not sit down. I mean, that's our work. But cleaning, oh God, it's as if pulling thorns out of my flesh. So cleaning is something that I struggle with. I mean, it's one of the first things that I did when I started when I got my license was that I got a cleaning lady. And every time people hear that I have a cleaning lady who comes in maybe once a month or once every 3 weeks, depending on how the house is, they're like, "Oh my God, you're so bougie. You have money." Nah, nah, nah. And I usually ask them, I'm like, "You fix nails now? See your hair always done. You're always on point." So I don't fix nails. That's my nail fixing. That's my own way of. And I realize that every time I come home, I usually pick a day when I'm at work. I don't let them come on the weekends because the kids are home also, right? So I pick a day when I'm at work. By the time I come home, the house is spotless, guys. Oh my God. Ah, God. Dollar and a bastard. Because if I had my way, those cleaning people will be here every day cleaning the house. So then when I come back, everything will be like spotless. The curtains are clean. Everything is. So yeah, I would say those are the five things that I have done recently to choose myself. So making this video has actually made me a little bit happier. I'm glad that I made it. So Let me put my glasses back on because it makes me look like a serious person. So, if you're watching this video and you have been feeling a little bit low lately, I want you to do some self introspection. I want you to see. So, if you have been feeling a little bit low and you have been thinking about how to lift your spirit up, I hope that this video is helpful to you. I hope that you do some self introspection and you pick something to do for yourself, to choose yourself today. Life is lifing, right? You have to look out for number one. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for allowing me to pour my heart out. This is as much for me as it is, for my YouTube channel. Um, Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. And please share this video if you think it's going to help someone out. Bye, guys.